What's going on, YouTube? I'm back with another episode of Sports Picks with Big Zay. I'm going to give you my MLB picks for Wednesday, September 21st, 2022. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it, y'all. We got a lot of games today. The first game, we got the Nationals taking on the Braves. We got Paolo Espino going up against Bryce Elder. And, last time Bryce Elder was pitching for the Braves against the Nationals, it was earlier in the season, but the Braves got a 16-4 win against Espino. I'm not for sure if the Braves beat them by that much this time, but I do like the Braves in this spot, especially at home, at the better home team. I'm going to take the Braves on the run line in Game 1, Nationals against the Braves. Next game, we got the Mets taking on the Brewers. We got Taijuan Walker going up against Adrian Hauser. And, we've been running with the Mets this series, but, Taijuan Walker has not been pitching well enough for me to back him up as of late. I'm kind of nervous. I think this is a coin flip game. Even though Adrian Hauser, I feel like it's going to give some big earned runs to this Mets team. It wouldn't surprise me if Walker gives up 3, 4, maybe even 5 earned runs to this Brewers team. But, last time Adrian Hauser was up against a high-powered team, it was a few days ago. It was against the Yankees. And you can look back at my video. I took the over 8 in the Yankees-Brewers when Adrian Hauser was on the mound, and the over 8 cashed easily in the first couple innings. When we come looking at this game, we see the over and under 8.5. I'm not going to take the 8.5. I don't like the half run to kill me. I'm going to take over 8 in the Mets and the Brewers game. Next game, we got the Red Sox taking on the Reds. We got Connor Seabold going up against Chase Anderson. And, this time in this spot, I'm going to take the Red Sox on the money line. We took the Reds yesterday, and the White Sox really came out really strong in this series. I really like how they played yesterday. I'm going to take the Red Sox and the Red Sox against the Reds. Next game, we got the Cubs taking on the Marlins. We got Marcus Stroman going up against Jesus Luzardo. And in this spot, the Marlins is just slight favorites. I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to take the Marlins on the money line. Cubs all the way in Miami. Really hot down there. We're gonna see how they play when it comes to this heat. I think Luzardo's good enough to limit this Cubs offense. I think the Marlins get like a 3-2, maybe 4-3 type of win. I do expect this game to be lower scoring as well. I'm gonna take Marlins on the money line. Next game, we're going to Astros against the Rays. Lance McCullers Jr. going up against Corey Kluber. And as much as I like Corey Kluber for the Rays, the Astros have just been shutting out the Rays. We had the Astros yesterday on a plus money with Shane McClanahan on the mound. That was an easy plus money cash for us. I'm going to take the Astros in the spot here. Now the books is liking the Astros. You see the Astros are slight favorites at -130. I'm going to take the Astros and the Rays game. Next game, we got the Blue Jays taking on the Phillies. We got Kevin Gausman going up against Zach Wheeler. And, we had the Phillies yesterday, and, man, that was one of my better plays that I really personally liked. I was watching that game. I just feel like the Phillies, they got a few hits, but I just feel like a lot of the hits they got was garbage. Hopefully today, some of the hits they could turn into some home runs, get some runs up on the board, especially with Zach Wheeler on the mound. I think Zach Wheeler is the better pitcher than Kevin Gausman. I'm going to take the Phillies at -115. Next spot, we got the Tigers taking on the Orioles. And, boy, in this series, I know that the Tigers have been giving the Orioles hell. We've been riding with the Orioles, and the Tigers have been giving us hell. And, we come in this series at Game 3. And as much as I love Jordan Lyles, I'm just back. I like Matt Manning as well. And the Tigers have been giving it to the Orioles all series. I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to take Tigers plus 1.5. Go ahead and ride with the better team in the series so far. Next game, we got the Pirates taking on the Yankees. We got Ronzi Contreras going up against Luis Severino. And in this one, I'm gonna take the Yankees on the money line, and I'm also gonna sprinkle a little bit on the -1.5. I feel like the Yankees should have cashed the 1.5 yesterday. They bullpen came in and gave up some big earned runs late. But in this one, I'm gonna take the Yankees, and I'm gonna sprinkle some on the run line as well. Next game, we got the Angels taking on the Rangers. We got Tucker Davidson going up against Dane Dunning. And, we see the Rangers just slight favorites, -145. And the Rangers at home, LA got to come all the way from LA to Texas, in Ranger territory. Well, the Rangers, they play pretty good at home. I'm going to ride with the slight favorite for the Rangers. Rangers at -145. Next game, we got the Guardians taking on the White Sox. We got Tristan McKenzie going up against Lance Lynn. And, we took the White Sox yesterday, and the Guardians just been coming out. I mean, the Guardians are just on a hot streak, putting up double digits in back-to-back games. I'm not sure how high scoring this game will be. I do expect this game to be lower scoring, but I just gotta ride with the Guardians, man. The Guardians just been the hotter team in my opinion. I'm gonna take Guardians plus 1.5 in the Guardians and the White Sox game. Next game, we got the Twins taking on the Royals. We got Bailey O'Bear going up against Daniel Lynch. And I think both these pitchers are going to give up some runs to both these teams. I like an over type of game in the Twins and the Royals. We got the over and under 7.5. Y'all know I don't like that half run to kill me. I'm going to go over 7 and the Twins and the Royals. And we still get a really good price for the over 7. Next game, we got the Giants taking on the Rockies. We got Logan Webb going up against German Marquez. In this one, I think Webb's been a better pitcher this year. I think Giants got the slightly better lineup. I'm going to take the Giants on the money line and the Giants and the Rockies game. Next game, we got the Mariners taking on the Athletics. We got Robbie Ray going up against James Caprielli. And in this one, man, the Mariners are negative 200, man. But, after seeing the game yesterday, I am kind of nervous to take them on a 1.5. The Athletics came up kind of strong. The Mariners offense just was nowhere to be found yesterday. I really like the under in this game as well. I like the Mariners on the money line and I also like the under in the Mariners and the Athletics game. Next game, we got the Cardinals taking on the Padres. We got Miles Mikolas going up against Blake Snell. And, Cardinals OPS-wise in the last 30 days are one of the best teams against left-hand pitching, which is good enough for me to take the Cardinals in this spot. We had the Padres yesterday, and we called that game easy cash. And today, I'm going to flip the script. I'm going to take the Cardinals on the money line and the Cardinals and the Padres game. Next game, we got the Diamondbacks taking on the Dodgers. We got Madison Bumgarner for the Diamondbacks going up against Dustin May for the Dodgers. And boy, the Diamondbacks been giving it up to the Dodgers. And that was probably my best play I took personally yesterday in the Dodgers. I took the Dodgers. I took the over in game 1 and that cashed. But when it came down to the second game, I did throw 100 on them Dodgers and they disappointed me. And looking at both games, Diamondbacks competed really well in both of these games. So I think they really coming to the Dodgers, especially with Bumgarner on the mound, who's lost 2 times to the Dodgers, but none of them times was blowout wins. The first time at the Dodgers, they lost 4-3, and then at the Diamondbacks, they lost 5-3. So both of these times that Madison Bumgarner went up against the Dodgers, it was pretty close. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Diamondbacks plus 1.5.